So next we have amount of indexable text content on the page.
So this becomes really important because particularly with Google, right, they've done all of these things to sort of say we need to have unique content. And anything that isn't unique content is going to get basically tossed from our index. So you might have all these other factors going great for you, and then you decide that, oh, you know what? Actually, all of our pages are only going to have one keyword, right? And then they're going to have a picture, or they're going to have an embed, or they're going to have a little piece of Flash, and that's the only thing unique. And then you've got a huge, wrapper with all your, sidebars and your footer and your header, and 99.99% of the content is exactly the same from page to page, with this tiny little exception.
This is where Flash kills sites.
It does. It totally does.
Brutalizes it. And Flash is great. I mean, you can do some great things with Flash, but when there's no indexable content on the page, it's really going to hurt a site.
Yes.
We looked at Pepsi recently, and there was literally a link to Macromedia that said download Flash Player and go into the site,
and
nothing else.
That's all that's on
the other reason it's become important is the Google bombing thing. So if you have a bunch of anchor text, they don't want George Bush's bio page ranking for miserable failure anymore. So they want to make sure that whatever they're ranking for with a bunch of anchor text is actually on the page.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't even say Pepsi on the page, regardless of how much anchor text is, or Pepsi, some
cola,
variants of that.
Right?
Cola,
there's no cola on
there. It doesn't say cola on the page. And I mean, not that there's probably going to be great converting traffic, but as a vanity thing, if I'm Pepsi, I want to rank for cola.
Oh, that's a brand where your CEO is going to be real pissed off.
So it should say at least cola on the page. And they might get by with 1- and 2-word phrases like that. But when you get into deeper, longer phrases and much smaller sites, if you don't have those keywords to back up the anchor text, regardless of how much global link popularity, how much anchor text you have, it sometimes doesn't get through the filters because it's not on the page.
Absolutely.
And they're trying to curb the Google bombing and everything else. So sometimes fixes to problems then create other problems. So you have to understand the fixes and the problems that they create.
Totally true.